This is my journal from when I was at New Roads, a mental health facility where I write my prayers every day. I'm just going to read the first few pages because I just read them and I feel like I'd like to share them with you because it's a reflection of who I am. Fractured frames find fleeting fullness, undecided, timeless, rhymeless, eyeless, blank, breathe, sink. God, source creator, I offer you my life and my will, my voice, my name, and my actions. Use me as a tool of thy will. Help me to walk in alignment with thy purpose, and to bring light to the dark, peace to the war, comfort to the suffering, health to the sick, rest to the weary, love to the lost and lonely, music to the silence, a moment to seek light to those that prey on others. Let me bring love to all things. This is my prayer, Holy God, Mithrael, Hosanna, Amen. In the beginning, there was the voided emptiness, full of potential, undirected stirrings, and latent somethingness. Source, a lone thought in a sea of unformed instinct, wondered, dreamed, and imagined, what if I could be? And by conceiving, so created, light, the song in glorious infinite single voice and expression, I am that I am, Eye, Asher, Eye. I just added that part. That's a drawing I made. Okay. This is from 5/2/20, same day as the first part. Creator after unknowable, unmeasurable time, because there was no reference point, only singular expression, longed to know another and created the Trinity, Source, Spirit, and the witness, a separate point from the first two energies, mother and father, masculine and feminine. Mother working with compassion, reception, gestation, birth. Then there's law, concept, identity, form, space, thought, intention, and memory is one of them too. And father is more intention and action, conception, which was a co-act, a co-creation anyway. And then the archangels came first, then the 12 original souls, then the degrees and dimensions, and then the many soul children, then the living light and kingdom, and then came physical reality, although everything is living light. Then I felt like I got off track a little, so then I redirected like this: Hosanna, 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 Hosanna. Holy and glorious God, Mother, Father, Source, Spirit, lead my expressions that they might capture, reflect truth for me and the many of the infinite stories and truths. Let the contents of this journal be in alignment with what needs to come forth to free us from the limited lostness of fallen Gaia. Okay, so then I pick up with this a little bit more formed kind of part. There are many ways to describe creation. All of them are true if there is belief. My soul, my energy was there, and my cognition and senses of it are challenging to form clearly into English, but from the one came many, from the many came many more, and the more the many make, the more that there is. Progenesis, outward expansion and individuated expressions of infinity cannot be expressed adequately in English, math, or standard reason. One's individual connection to their infinite nature must be felt, mapped, known, and discovered, and allowed to fluctuate. Each vantage point, or soul, or identity is a fractal of the whole, wearing different veils, beliefs, experiences, limitations, and qualities, interacting in a sea, creating by conception, perception, action, and reaction. Imagine a graph with factors or vectors going in every direction. Now place it in water, or the field of the experienced reality, the body of the universe. Now imagine each thought, action, and action, sending out waves in every direction. Now place 8 billion other points doing the same. We cannot experience a shared collective experience without shared framework beliefs and truths. Look around you. We have reached some degree of homogeny. The chaos we are experiencing, this hell, is because we, as a species, acted against the guidelines and frameworks of God, pulling us from order to chaos. God gave us free will, and when we act in range of His guidelines, we have it and more. Because we are in congress and harmony with creation, all things build and exalt all things. In a descended state, murder, war, rape, darkness, we are collectively creating dissonance, disharmony, degradation, and self-destruction. But this space too was allowed by God. For us to exercise our will, to learn cause and effect, action and consequence, connection and disconnection, light and dark, and we are in between. Let's see what that says. The something in magnetic return. So we were all these things. So we're like this lens in the middle. That's supposed to be a lens. This lens is life passing through us, and the experience is created to kind of create the form around us, and then it sends out requests and manifests return. And so we are sending out requests to the universe by our vibration of what we're trying to create, because reality matches us, right? Most of us are familiar with the law of attraction. And then the experience we created also creates kind of a lens or field of perception or preference. And then what we're actually experiencing is just life passing through us, and we can kind of choose what we focus on with our focus and intention, and what we direct our energy towards is kind of what the rest will fall in alignment with. We're such a small sliver, actually, and it's way steerable when you kind of get introduced to the idea that we're what's perceiving reality and creating it, not so much what's happening. But we are that too. Anyway, like God is the conscious I am not, and the limit of I'm not, the center and limits of creation. So there's like the I am, and then what I am not, and so that creates like a torus of the energy. Maybe it's not making sense anywhere. A torus, the center is static. All the space in between is filled with direct and flowing consciousness, which with each choice, it makes more sense again, and individuation grows more complex until at the outskirts, right at the limit, the void, it breaks the barrier and creates a realm of growth and decay of the physical universe, a place of hijacked free will, a place of slavery in the most limiting way. Lucifer, the dragon, the snake, the trickster, led us into frequency where we cannot, as a collective, hear the voice of God and distrust anyone that says they can. And there's some kitties and a dogfish. Anyway, so that's where I stopped. But as you can see, there's like repeating characters in here. And I just have this filled with prayers and drawings and thoughts. I would write prayers every single day, and some of it was hard. I had a lot to work through. But I just wanted to share with you a little bit about how I live every day, the types of things I do with my time, the kind of things that come to me. Maybe it seems far-fetched, but to me it makes sense. And hopefully someone out there clicks with it, and it helps you discover your own story. Anyway, that's all I got. Love and light. Over.